I'm playing. Hi guys, welcome back to another stream. Man, I'm kind of high. Okay, there we go. So, I was planning on setting up some channel points, and then I looked it up, and apparently, setting up channel points is only available for Twitch affiliates and Twitch partners. I am none of those, so unfortunately, I will not have any channel points. I thought up some funny channel points, like I took some suggestions from Myth and Santi yesterday, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll do this. And then I tried to set up channel points before stream, and I can't because I'm not a Twitch affiliate or Twitch partner, so whatever. Well, throw that out the window. Hold the phone. What the heck? Uh-oh, what happened to my mini feed? Something happened 5 minutes ago. Something happened 5 minutes ago, and like, there's nothing in the mini feed. It's like, because on my stream lives, like, I have a mini feed, and yeah, 5 minutes ago something happened, but I don't know what it was. oh well. Anyway, guys, I wanted to talk a little bit about something. So on the way home, I have consigned myself to my fate of it takes an hour for me to get to work and an hour to get back home. But it's actually more than an hour, but it's like around that time frame because traffic is insane. Because I've mentioned this before, but to get to work and to get back from work, I essentially have to deal with accidents all the way to work. Like, this morning, there was an accident off the highway that closed 2 lanes. And on the way home, there was an accident that closed 3 lanes out of a 4-lane highway. And I was like, man, I didn't have this this commute trouble with my old job. Because usually, apparently there were competent drivers in the area where my old job was. But in my new job location, Jesus Christ almighty, there is a wreck every single day. Going to work and back from work. Or going to work only or going back home only. Like, there will always be an accident somewhere on my route to work now, and it's just like, Jesus. And so I started thinking up ideas how to not go insane dealing with this traffic. And one of the things I realized I could do is that when the car is not physically moving or moving at 1 mile per hour, I realized that I can just take my phone and watch anime. You should not text or drive, but no, nothing stops you from watching anime on the road. So I'm watching The Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic. I love this series thus far. I'm watching it dubbed, and I gotta tell you, whoever wrote this script for the dub of The Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic is the best script writer in the universe, because there are some segments where it just literally sounds like an actual person talking versus voice acting, because I've listened to enough dubbed anime to know, like, oh, this is acting, and then this is just, oh, acting, but sense of realism. Because there's, like, scenes, there were clips, oh, I threw chlorine tablets into the pool earlier, so I thought I washed the chlorine off my hands, but guess not, because I got a big whiff of chlorine. Oh my god. Anyway, so essentially, there are scenes, dubbed, by the way, where the MC just says, oh, cool, yeah, cool. Like, legit, almost verbatim what I just said. Like, oh, cool, okay. I don't know. I like the English dub for The Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic. It's great. I feel, okay, I'm gonna be a hypocrite for saying this, but I feel like The Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic should use a little bit more money in their animation budget. It's such a good series, and I'm like, animation is good, but it could be great. Not at me for complaining about the whole Jujutsu Kaisen animation scandal with Mappa. I was like, oh no. Literally, there's some scenes that don't need to be animated too much, but there are some scenes that deserve to be animated well, just saying. But yeah, Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic. I'm currently, like, almost finished with episode 5. Like, I kid you not, I watched almost a full episode on the highway. Like, I would just be watching, and then, like, the cars would move, and I'd be like, okay, we stopped? I was like, one way for me to not go insane, because there are points going home and going to work where it's literally 5 miles per hour because there's just that many cars on the freaking highway. Which, by the way, if they would pass public transportation in my area, that would be great. That would be wonderful. Because in my area, public transportation is almost non-existent. And if my area invested in public transportation, there'd be so many pluses. Less CO2 emission by, I don't know, like 0.001%. People have access to transportation to take them to work. Less cars on the freaking highway. So that way more cars can fill it up. Like, if a public transportation was invested in my area, it would make things so much easier for everyone. Because me and my friends, we had a talk. We had a talk about public transportation and how, like, the pluses it could affect our area with. And I was like, yeah. I mean, there are some places in my area that has public transportation, but it's dog water. Like, no offense to whoever does public transportation. Thank you for volunteering to do public transportation for the populace. But, like, our public transportation could use some more effort. Like, if we compare our public transportation to Japan's public transportation, we'd lose by like 99%. Like, hands down, my area is going down for the count when it enters the ring. Like, Japan's public transportation, just looking at my area's transportation is just down, out for the count. Like, oh my gosh. But yeah, public transportation would be great. I don't think, like, my, city government would go along with it, because I was actually talking to one of my friends who's on the city council for another city near me, and here's how like weird and scary being part of the city council can be, because apparently, don't quote me on this, mind you, I'm pretty ignorant when it comes to city governments and stuff, but so, in my friend's city, there's the city council, there is a group of people that were voted by the populace, and then there's a group of people that was personally polled by the mayor, and just be like, okay, I trust your judgment, come to the city council, and then there's people that were voted into the city council. I don't know, correct me on that if you want. I don't know, this is what was explained to me and what I remember from that conversation. Which, it was like a night at Ninja Ramen after a card game tournament, so it could be fuzzy. But anyway, bottom line, my friend told me they're a part of the city council of their city, and the mayor personally pulled them into the council. So apparently there's a group of people in this council that is handpicked by the mayor, and then there's a group of people in the city council that was elected into the council, like through, you know, voting and stuff. And so, there's that. And so, during a council meeting or whatever, someone proposed, hey, what if we invest in public transportation? And they provided, like, really good reasons why we should invest in public transportation, for the reasons I previously stated. Less CO2 emissions from vehicles, because with public transportation, people don't have to get cars, they can just get, like, transportation passes, go to the bus or train or whatever, and just go to the general vicinity of where the work is, so they don't have to worry about, like, getting their car and driving to work. They can just rely on public transportation. Less cars on the highway, you know, like I said, less CO2 emissions, and it just makes it accessible for people that have trouble getting from point A to point B, and it gives them more of an option to get to their work. So there's like pretty big pluses here. Like, oh, is it getting dark? I need to turn on my aunt light then. It is pretty late for him, Matt. But yeah, there's pluses. Less CO2 emissions, options for people that have issues with transportation. Because I actually have friends that are just terrified of driving, or that actually cannot drive. So public transportation would make it extremely easy for them to get to their jobs, or school, or wherever they need to go. Like, honest to goodness, like, there's like big pluses there. And then one of the people that was elected into the city council, not handpicked by the mayor, literally said, "I don't think so." And so everyone was like, why? And so the way they defended it, their response saying they don't think they should invest in public transportation was, if I remember correctly, according to my friend, as follows: you know, I don't think it would be good in general, you know, I just don't think it'd be good because of those people, or something along those lines. And my friend was like, can you go into more detail? And They basically filibustered. They basically had a baseless accusation, and they were like, oh no, I don't think it, I think it'd just be an issue. I just think it'd be an issue. And it's like, you can't even like give like a good argument to why you shouldn't invest in public transportation. So that was the long and the short of what my friend said, and that's why that was my little story I heard from my friend regarding city councils. And that is why I say, oh, it's kind of scary, because there are some elected officials that do not understand the populace. They don't. Like, honestly, God, like, I'm pretty sure if you go to some elected officials and ask them, bro, do you know what's going on TikTok or YouTube, or you know what's going on here in your city? I'm pretty sure they're going to be like a deer in the headlights and just ramble. They'll probably filibuster or something. So that was just one of the things I'd like to, I just wanted to share with you guys. It's just like a little story from my friend who is in the city council and has to deal with elected officials that can't back up their arguments why they shouldn't invest in something that would improve the populace. It's this whole political thing, and it's like, it's personally, I'm like, oh, cool. Politics is important. Despite what anyone says, personally, I think politics is important. But the flip side is, you deal with really stupid people. Really, like, there are people that clearly are not doing it for the interests of the people. They're kind of just doing it for themselves. And they just kind of want the attention. And it's like, yeah, but hey, two sides of the same coin. There's always good and bad when you go into politics. Anyway, I didn't think I'd talk about politics, but yeah. So, last night, after I finished, like, that one Genshin story, which took longer than I thought to finish, I was like, bro, I am so close to finishing Sumeru. I think. If not, I don't care. I just want to make progress, because I'm pretty sure the reason why I cannot do story quests, or unlock certain story quests, is because I have not progressed, like, that far into the Genshin story. Because right now, currently, it's Fontaine. I'm in the middle of Sumeru. I need to hurry it up, so that way I can unlock story quests for Nahida. Because Nahida has 2 story quests, and then, like, I want to go to Fontaine because I realized during the post-Lantern Rite limited time events with, like, the Fontaine and Liyue with in Chanyu Vale, where Zhongli made a return. Chlorinde is mighty fine. I'm just gonna say that Navia and Chlorinde are mighty fine. The first time I met Chlorinde was in the limited time event. It was like the one where Farina went to Chunyu Vale or something like that, and I was like, bruh, like, I couldn't help but look, because she just had them. If you get what I'm saying, I'm being vague on purpose. I'm just saying, her button-up, like, you could see the bulge. It's like, oh, you might need a bigger button-up, Chlorinde, but, like, dang, you're attractive. Like, if I'd known Chlorinde existed, because I didn't know Chlorinde existed until that moment, I was like, if Chlorinde had a banner, if I was active on Genshin, while Chlorinde was on a banner, I would have wailed on this woman. And Navia, because Navia is, like, insane. Like, I love Navia's mechanics.